Coach Teevens, thanks for joining us this week. You got a chance to go to Valparaiso this past week. First chance to play football in almost 2 years. What was it like just to be back out on that field competing once again with your players?
Well, it was an awful lot of fun. Kids were very, very excited, but a little bit apprehensive as well. The guys, half of the traveling group of 62 had never been on a trip before, never played in a college football game. So there was kind of an eerie quiet before the game. The emotion and so forth was there, but it was like, what's going to happen? We worked through it. It was not the prettiest game we've had in the recent years, but it was nice to come away with a W.
Well, I know you tried to help, adjust the players a little bit while you're traveling on the road. You gave them a big place to see before you got to Valparaiso. Tell us a little bit about what you did with the team.
Well, we do, anytime we travel, I like to have a stop spot, if you will, especially outside of the New England area. And Jack Brennan, the chairman of the Board of Trustees at Notre Dame, is a Dartmouth graduate who's a former hockey player and lacrosse player. He and his wife, Kathy, were tremendous. We called out and just said, look, I'd like to surprise the team. Is there any chance I could? And he opened the gates. We had a police escort from South Bend Airport right up to the tunnel. Guys came out and were shocked. They had no idea. And it was just a nice surprise, a nice touch. And NBC picked up on it a bit, and it was nice to get a little national exposure as a result.
Well, let's look back at the game now. You mentioned you had a lot of guys on the trip for the first time. What did you see on the field? Things you need to correct? There were some sloppy areas in there, but there was some really good plays.
Yeah, no, it was a test opportunity for a lot of guys, and some guys really stepped up and played well. Paxton Scott, as a wide receiver, had 8 catches, a touchdown, a big physical ball carry into the end zone. His catch and run was impressive. Johnny Barrett, another guy that really hadn't played much, another touchdown catch. Defensively, Marquise White sacking the quarterback, pressuring him most of the day. Trayvon Erickson, also a young guy, hadn't seen any time before. Jalen Mackey at the linebacker spot, first career ever interception at an absolutely critical time in the game. So there's a lot of young guys that we just didn't know that, man, they're ballers. They're going to play on Saturday.
You had a couple players of the week. You mentioned those. Paxton Scott got Rookie of the Week. He's a sophomore. It's a little different, but hey, it was his first college game because of the pandemic. Jalen Mackey, big game, 12 tackles, an interception, a couple big tackles for a loss, too, on third down, third and short plays that really set the tone for the defense. Yeah,
the young guys, the first-timers, really played well. And there were other folks that we named as well that contributed. It was nice to see us we started slow. And there was some uncertainty. I was impressed by the fact we actually tackled very well, having not tackled in 2 years. The safety factor there obviously is beneficial, but the mechanics, that went well for us. We didn't fumble the ball. The ball was on the ground 5 times. We had a snap over the punter's head. We had a block punt. We had a number of procedure penalties, a pass interference call, a personal foul call, which we don't get. So those things all set us off. In retrospect, it was not as ugly as it may have appeared. It was bad when I was there, but looking back, the play itself, the correctables on the periphery, we can take care of. But the execution, the velocity, the speed, the aggressiveness was all there, and we can build on that.
This week you got Sacred Heart for the home opener, Saturday at 1:30. Sacred Heart 2-1 coming in. They were one of the favorites in the NEC. They've been missing their star running back, preseason All-American Junius Chestnut, but they have another guy that's filled in for them quite nicely. The offense has been okay. Their defense has been really good, though.
Yeah, they're a very talented football team. We played them a few years ago, and they're far improved. Just talent at every position, speed, size. They played together as a group. They were a preseason pick as the number 1 NEC team, deservedly so. We're going to have to play a much better football game. It's a far better team than we played a week ago, but we expect to see improvement based on what we showed week 1 to week 2.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck this week against the Pioneers, and we'll see you out on the field.
All right, thanks, Rick.